on the 10th of February, yeah, it was the 10th of February, we finally made our trip to Japan. The long-awaited, planned, the debut, I guess you could say, for the most part. Anyone who's familiar with like my videos knows this is my second time going to Japan. This is your first time. Yeah. So I think this is like more of a bigger deal for you, for the most part, I would say, because you were like definitely like it's like a big deal.
I was on it. Like I think we've been speaking about it for 3 years at least.
Good couple of years.
Yeah.
I think it was even just like I don't even know. It was like a good few years in the planning for the most part, and finally, after quite a stressful journey within London.
Yeah.
It was only stressful because I think for the most part I'm gonna have to specify I was kind of sick for the first few days. So although it's kind of reflective right now in the footage, you can kind of see the very shaky cam. That's me being sick.
Right.
Like not throwing up, but like no, I'm joking. That's just that. If anyone's been on a plane, they know the camera shakes. But I'm trying to be smart about this. I'm trying to use like a metaphor in some sense. You're about to see it get real shaky in a minute as we land. Like you can see me just like, and like the I don't even know what those things are called on the plane's wing.
The wing flaps. That's just called
the wing flaps and
the phalanges.
Which that's actually a part of the body. Funny enough.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but that's enough Friends references. So yeah, we finally touched down after making that trip from where we live, which we'll keep unknown,
mysterious,
to go to London all the way to, was it Heathrow? I believe it was. Heathrow, to get on the plane, to finally go there for like a 9-hour journey, I think it was.
Yeah, and you know what? It wasn't actually that bad because I was expecting like 15 hours.
And it wasn't.
And then,
it was good.
So I was pretty happy with that.
I was happy with it too.
And I'm sure you were.
Yes, I was, because it was one of those cases where I tried to get sleep and I just couldn't, which is quite unfortunate. But this was like a very relieving moment when we finally landed. It's like, okay, eventually I'll be able to go lay down and sleep in there. And I think even what you're seeing right now, it took a long time for us to like initially like get to the what would you say, like actually get to the
what is this, taxi mode or something?
A little bit, it feels like that. I hate when the plane just like, moves and that. But yeah, we're finally here, and I thought I like this shot because it's kind of like a weird kind of, this is the first time you see Japan kind of thing. And were you asleep at this point?
I don't even know actually, because I know I watched a couple of movies and I was in and out of movie watching and sleep. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you can hear the announcer he's gonna drop them details on the plane flights. Not that it really matters for the most part, but you can see me like fixing the settings because the brightness is going up and down because I'm like, oh god, it's too bright here. But for those of you who can like very subtly, I'm trying to speak quieter so people can hear what the things are saying, which is kind of nice. You get the nice reflection of the clouds on the plane wing, which is pretty nice. It's something I noticed in editing. But yeah, we finally actually get to the airport, and that's where the fun stuff starts. This is more like an introduction to the video, because if you're yawning at this point, you're going to be on the edge of your seat later on in this video, because we both know it was quite an exciting journey. Maybe not right now. It was definitely an exciting journey, especially the kinds of things we did. So yeah, it was really fun. And I mean, not to spoil anything right now, but it was excitement throughout. Despite the fact I was sick, it was like excitement almost all day.
And I think because we did it so early on in the year as well, it was like a kind of great way to start the year.
yeah, this was like very early February. It was like during an actual holiday. We both had time off of work, and and I mean, compared to my previous time when I did go there, it was nice to have it be a lot more relaxed for the most part. So now we're in the airport, and I was just kind of like I was getting into filming mode here. You can see I will say I couldn't fit my tripod in my suitcase, so everything's kind of done with freehand. So when you get these really maybe nice still shots, that's me trying to be as still as possible,
not breathing.
I fainted a few times, but yeah, is all for the sake of this video. I really like this area of it. It was really nice. You kind of see all the planes come out. You got this nice. We could have walked, but like we just decided to like just take in the view basically. And this is the first of many shots of you, basically.
Hollywood, here I come.
Exactly, yeah. Put this on the CV. Yeah, and you got maybe one of the pilots just there. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was posing or he was just like just happy to be in Japan. But either way, I don't blame him, to be honest. And yeah, so we had a bit of confusion. A little bit of confusion actually getting the train, but we finally managed to get it.
Yeah.
Because it was weird, because as you see, we had to go from Haneda Airport all the way to Narita, which also has another airport station.
Yeah.
And so it was quite the journey, which we did almost every day. And there's not a lot of shots, so this is kind of like the obligatory train traveling section, I guess you could say. But we've got some nice views, and there's like a nice progression of
That's
like
the thing.
the buildings and that you see.
I think I love the first train journey because you just saw the difference between this city
Number
and
2.
London. Hey,
Just taking it in,
I
man.
didn't even know you were taking that with me.
No, it was just kind of like me. And this is I forget which station this was, but this was like the changing point for the most part. It was I don't know, I can't remember if I actually like panned to it or have you, but it was really, I just wanted to get like this one kind of like shot for the most part of the station. It's like the only real stop we did, basically, which was pretty nice because we mainly took the was it the Keisei line?
Yeah.
This is the point when we're on the Keisei line, basically,
Yeah.
which was our main go-to thing. And this is me once again with my pretentious like camera shot. So for those of you who are wondering how I got this shot, basically I put my camera on top of my suitcase and just held my suitcase and just filmed it. So it was like a makeshift like tripod.
Yeah.
So this is me like photographing a whole journey basically. So you see, if you look at the far left, you can see the driver just there. Like maybe not right now, but I think when we stop, you'll see him, and he's just kind of like, there is him like moving around and that, and you kind of see him. I think he even gets off to kind of look around and then like continue his journey and that, which is pretty cool. I think it was I'm just trying to look up to see if I can remember the I think this was Atto station we were just at, which we had to make the change to get the Keisei line to basically get to Narita.
How many changes did we do? Did we do a couple?
Just for that journey, I think it was technically 2.
Okay.
Because we had to get off at that one place for one like stop, because it was weird. It was Sakura or Sakura, where we had to do that one stop, and I think that one guy who was there, he was like, I know this is confusing. Yeah. He was like, I know this is confusing, so just get on this train. And thinking, I was like, it was a very nice guy. He was like, don't worry, I do this every day. People get confused. Let me just let you know. Which is cool. But yeah, it was very quiet.
Yeah.
This was until like the train started like picking up, and then it gets like really loud. But yeah, I was just trying to show you what it's like for the most part. There's not a lot of like train journeys, but yeah, it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice and relaxing for the most part. Like it was what I needed when I wasn't feeling too well. So that was definitely enjoyable for the most part. As I think we're on that bridge, which unfortunately kind of overlooks like a river, I think. And I think this is when we got on the other train at that one stop, getting closer to Narita, which was great. Because we're basically on our way to the hotel. Because this is like about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I think. And I think the only reason I have this shot is just to show you like how fast this train is going in comparison. Because like the way I'm like shaking the camera, it almost looks like I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, it's a nice shot. Like this is, I mean, not really. I mean, the thing was, we were so tired that we didn't really do anything. So this is basically the first day. This is the 10th of February, for the most part. And if the more astute person can probably notice that like not as many tall buildings anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of getting more to like the countryside, which is great. And so yeah,
Here
So
we
this
are.
is, oh, look at that fancy transition. So this is technically the second day, but this is kind of also meant to be the first reaction to our hotel room. Because I know when we got in the hotel room, we kind of just like dashed our stuff everywhere, and
I'm so happy to be there. I was like,
I think because I think I literally said to you, I'm gonna go sleep. I feel a little better, but I don't think as well. I went to sleep. You also went to sleep, and then we woke up and it's like, oh, it's 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Let's go get something to eat, and then that was the end of the 10th of February in Japan. So not the most.
I was not expecting that to happen. Like we didn't plan for that to happen.
No, we didn't.
But...
we was literally like, I think because we had plans to go somewhere else. As I say, tomorrow is a new day, which I believe is a nice little image. I think we had plans to at least do something like just like go somewhere, but we were like, nah, can't do it. Yeah. Basically,
I think even just to explore the area around.
Yeah, which we didn't do.
Yeah.
We was just like, no, it's too late, too tired.
Too much.
Just do it first thing tomorrow. And this is me checking out the bathroom. Oh, look at that sly way I just shut the toilet seat down because I forgot to leave it up. And there's me. That's the only one of. I think that's one of only 4 shots you'll see me, basically, because of course I'm behind the camera. And yeah, and this is our hotel, the Mercure, Narita, and this is me. This is us doing the journey from across the street to get to the station, which was it was a nice little area.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly,
nice.
It was weird. In some sense, because I think the first thing you kind of realize with like a lot of places like these is very convenient. Literally in between our area, we had like about 2 family marts, one which wasn't open, and then we had a Lawson right across the street from the hotel.
It was very condensed, wasn't it? Like everything was there, which was good.
It was good because when you need that snack, you just hop down to the family mart, get that stuff when you just want them sweets or whatever. You just straight there. It was fun, and it was very windy, and obviously my mic isn't very great, so it's kind of just picking that up as I'm walking. I would say still a little bit sick today, but feeling much better. Like you were pretty much good the whole trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, just making that nice little journey. And I think I'll also kind of specify as well, I'm not that short, because I know some people are probably like, whoa, this guy's really short if he's not as tall as a vending machine. No, I'm holding it by like my chest, basically, not to look like too stupid with it. Like I don't look through it like I don't like, I'm not like using it as my eyes, basically. I'm still walking, and I'm basically just looking down at my camera and filming everything. So yeah, and you can see how dirty my lens is, but then again, I didn't expect it to be so sunny.
But as you can see, the station was like right next to the
hotel.
hotel.
Like what? This has taken like a minute to get here. So it's very convenient. So if you want, like, especially if you are flying in and flying out of Narita, if you get a hotel in the area, you're laughing. Yeah. Basically. You really are. And I think I kind of end it on the, that's the station, guys. Keisei, Narita station. All you need. And what did you think of like how they did like the whole layout for like the stations and that?
See,
like,
I actually like these screens. There was a layout with like the whole tube line, if that makes sense, which was really confusing for me. I don't know why. I just couldn't understand it. But once we actually got on the trains or tubes, like those sort of like interactive screens were really cool.
Yeah, because you can kind of like you figure it out a little bit better.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. Like it's a little bit clearer. Like you could even just hop on a train and just figure out where you need to go get off the next stop if you wanted to. So yeah, we basically got a train all the way to Osaka, which is a man-made island which hasn't actually existed for that long. It's only been really around for like less than 20 years or so.
Okay.
And it was mainly based on like technology and that like advancements in technology. That's why you have some interesting buildings right there, which you kind of see again. And this is I think a one shot I kind of left in. What are your thoughts so far, Reese?
Amazing. I didn't even see.
That was something we just did on the fly. I was just like, because I think you were really taken back by this place.
I loved it.
It's a really nice place. Osaka kind of just has like everything for the most part, which is it's good and weird. And this had like the fountains which weren't really working. That was what that shot was all about. We have like Pallet Town, which is also a mall.
Yeah.
And right next to it we have the Ferris wheel. I think it's just the Odaiba like Ferris wheel.
That was supposed to light up in the evening. wasn't
Yeah,
But
it didn't.
I don't think it did.
It didn't. That's why there's no shots of it at night. This is the Venice shopping mall. And you can see they've got like stuff for the kids there, which is quite nice. Which is like us looking down on the main floors. Yeah, it was nice. It's very colourful as well. And I think literally right where we're standing is the I forget what. Yeah, the mega garage like showroom thing. I completely forget what it's called, but yeah, it's really cool. So right now I'm kind of just doing like a little 360 on this place, and yeah. Oh, so we got this car. I don't know what like the whole deal is with it. It's just like kind of made of wood. I'm guessing of bamboo. Like that's my guess. It's interesting, and I kind of just wanted to get like it kind of very showroomy, you know, like oh look at this. Kind of has like an old school feel as well.
Yeah.
And I think as it turns, you'll kind of see like the insides of it. I don't know if this is a legit real car that can actually drive, or it's like a model.
Willow's car.
Wind and Willow's car.
The car that Toad drives.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. It's for the reboot. It's for the reboot of the film. It's like they're gonna. That's what it looks like. Sneak peek, guys.
Hey. Sorry, here first.
Yeah. There's a little animation they had, and they had this little guy here too as well. He says something, which I'm not sure what he says, obviously, but and then we got the Blade Runner cars right here. Because they look like they're out of Blade Runner.
That one was just mental.
This car, well, if it even is, I don't even think it's a car. It looks like a self-driving bike thing.
Something.
With an
Hybrid
LCD
thing.
screen. Yeah, it's odd. It doesn't even look like it's a real thing. And then obviously, like, oh, it's the world right there. Good stuff. And then they've got a lot of things for you to do actually at this place. There you are again. You can like test. You can do like a course of those things. I don't know what they're called, like buggies or whatever. Basically, and that's pretty cool. And I think as we kind of turn around, you'll see it's like it's actually a lot of like really fun stuff and fun stuff for the kids as well, I guess.
Definitely.
Which is nice, and that's just where we were. Do a little spin around. And they've got these like it's like video game like driving things, which is quite fun.
I so wanted to do that.
All just kids. We could have.
No, but the thing is, I didn't want to be shown up with the little children, so I was like, nah, not
No,
doing
but
it.
like this kid, I was filming this kid. I mean, he's not doing a great job. Like he is going all over the place. Like he's crushing hard. Like, and you can see like the him just like bumping around and that. It's quite funny, but it's nice though. Straight into another car. Oh gosh! And here we are at the history garage. Yeah, history garage. Yeah, it is history garage. So there's going to be a lot of like cars involved in this like little bit here because they have that. It's like kind of meant to be like vintage cars there. I looked at that because I'm not gonna lie, that actually scared the hell out of me. That's why I'm kind of like looking at it.
I didn't even notice that.
It's like a weird screen and it's a curtain opens, and I literally, because I didn't say anything, I said, "What the hell was that?"
I'm just walking, dude.
Yeah, see, I was just walking, man.
I'm just walking through.
Yeah, you can hear me saying things with my very monotone voice, and yeah, the way it was kind of made was really cool.
I liked the layout of it. Yeah. I thought it was really interesting, actually. Not what I was expecting.
No, yeah, it was to have that very old school film. There's a lot of places that definitely feel old, which you'll see later on in the video, where it's just like a real sense of going back in time and honouring that kind of style and I guess tradition. Because although there are like lights and that, they try to make the lights moody as well.
Yeah.
There's like old vintage stuff. Yeah, it's nice. Like I've brightened this up because if it was shot how it originally was, or because it is actually quite dark in there. And I brightened it up just so people can actually see what it looks like. And you got two posters, one obviously for James Bond, not sure what the other one is. If you know what that film is, like let us know. I'd be very curious. Like I can't put my finger on it. And yeah, so a lot of people just walk through it just because this is still a shopping mall, by the way, guys. This is still part of a shopping mall. Yeah, I had to cut there because I wanted to continue walking and change my settings. And look at that, the lighting there is great, and
I like that corner.
it's really nice. It's very it's very photogenic for the most part. Yeah, that's just where I was. And it's and lots of vintage stuff, and it's really, there you are again. That's number 3. or maybe 4. I'm not actually. You know, I'm not gonna keep count because we could be here for a while. They had like this screen playing this really weird animation that kind of freaked me out a bit, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like the way it was done. It's a bit weird, but oh yeah, I don't like that.
What was the whole point of that?
I don't know. I don't want to know. But
We
yeah.
passed the Coca-Cola section.
Oh yeah, there's
That
like
was
a
great.
vintage Coca-Cola machine there. We should have got one from there. We should have, but there wasn't
Could we
any.
have- yeah, I was going
There
to
wasn't
say, it would have
any.
been great if they
And that's like an
actually
old school like
dispensed it.
house right there, as well. It was a shame because last time I went, I got one of those. Oh, this is the one thing everyone knows Odaiba about, and that's the Gundam statue. And this thing only goes off a few times in the day, and we got here just in time, just before 1 p.m. And basically, we were waiting. I was getting a bit paranoid. I was like, okay, I gotta get this shot. You know, it's gotta be good. But yeah, it's well, we need to like kind of like stay quiet for the most part because this thing for a statue, pretty crazy, for the most part, and everyone's just waiting. You can't see everyone. Everyone is waiting. They're waiting for. I'm getting ready. I'm adjusting myself because it's about to go down. So we need to make sure everyone kind of hears this. So like I mean, first of all, that was freaking awesome.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Like, even if you're not a fan of the Gundam series, that is cool as hell.
Being in that environment, like with everyone
Yeah,
in the crowd,
with the crowd,
just waiting, anticipating.
yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone goes silent, and then you
Yeah.
see like the little joints move, and then it actually goes like it actually moves the faceplate and the tip of it just moves.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
and you even see at the end, you see people like kind of talking about it, and like the rise in volume as everyone just starts talking
Yeah.
and like reacting to it. But I got a few shots of this, of course, because I wasn't just gonna watch this and then just walk away
Disappear.
and like continue with my life as if like
It's a wrap.
yeah, basically. So that is the Gundam statue. It's based on that model, or this one we're looking at is the RX-0 Unicorn from I think it's the newest Gundam series, and it only does that, which is unicorn mode, as you can tell when it basically closes in and makes a unicorn horn. And it does that like at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m.
Okay.
But at night,
Yeah.
it goes into its destroy mode, which only happens at 7:30, 8:39, and 9:30 p.m. So it is a sight worth seeing, but it
Yeah.
is kind of tricky because if you miss it, that's a 2-hour wait.
Yep.
And thank goodness we saw it.
What did we go for? Did we see the 1 o'clock one?
1 p.m. That's it was 1 p.m. We literally just rolled up to it, and it was just. And
it was there, like-
I literally looked at the time. I was like, "It's going to be on in like 5 minutes." Just a bit like paranoid about it, but yeah, really cool to see. and it's right outside the Diver City Mall,
Yeah.
which I think we're about to head to in a sec and have a look around. But yeah, really awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is us inside Diver City. We didn't spend too long in here for the most part. I just kind of like got like a few shots and that, and it was nice. I think we were kind of just more on a mission in that. Like these are some of the shops, like kind of souvenir shops and that.
Yeah.
For the most part, I was kind of hyping over the Hello Kitty shop for some reason.
God, that was awesome though.
It was nice. It was nice. I think it's right there. It's not the best shot of it, but that's where it is. You could look it up if you need to. But yeah, and this is us outside. We kind of like went to. There's a lot of malls here, basically. A lot of malls. So there's Joyopolis, which is essentially a gaming-centric place, and this is we're at Dex at the moment. Are we at Dex? No, we're not at Dex. We're at Aqua City.
Oh, is it?
We're inside Aqua City now, yeah. So this is the third mall in Odaiba. And
where did we eat? Did we eat in this one?
I think it was. No, we did. It was.
Yeah.
It was this one. And this is like a little mini arcade they had here, which looked really like classic and old school, which was fun. But yeah, what did it say? Tokyo Leisure Land. I just missed that. But yeah, this is where we went. We went to the Tokyo Ramen. I'm not going to pronounce that. Basically, it's a ramen village. Essentially, where you can try different kinds of like ramens from different places and all that kind of stuff. And it has a really nice kind of walk-in place.
It does. Really
like
nice introduction.
This massive cat right here, which is kind of cool. I like this cat. And then if you look over this, it's a bridge I'm standing on. You got more Nekos. Good luck, cats. You can see the shadow of the other cat in the reflection of the glass, which is kind of cool.
That was really nice.
Yeah, I don't think that's intentional, but like you can just see it. But yeah, it was a nice little, compared to all the other like shops and places. This place is like really nicely done up, and that.
Yeah.
They got like the stuff there lit up, and
they had about 4 or 5 restaurants in this little section, right?
Yeah. I didn't take any pictures because I'm not about to take pictures of people eating, but you get a brief look at what it looked like when I turn around. There's a massive drum right there. So yeah, it's kind of like sectioned if you look there. But maybe if you go there, you'll see it basically. But yeah, and that's a kind of a bit of a walk. So we came out of here, and I was like, oh, I need to film this. There you are again. I need to kind of like film this whole little circle, like food mall area. Yeah. Which was pretty cool. So we kind of just go on a little bit of a walk. There's a lot of things to see here, weirdly enough.
Loads of stuff. And this was only one floor.
Yeah, this is one. It's like a 5-7 floor place.
Yeah.
So not only are there like 3 to 4 malls, they're also pretty big. That's one thing that's interesting about a lot of places in Japan is their buildings are tall.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a 2-floor shop. The standard almost seems to be 4.
Yeah.
Maybe not everywhere in Japan, but most places you might go to. Well, that girl's pretty happy. I never noticed that. She was like, yay!
The thing is as well with the Odaiba Island in itself, in general, you could do so much in one day and still not do it all. We
didn't get to do everything in one day, pretty much. Like we were kind of like running out of time in some sense. I was kind of going to we still need to do this, we still need to do that in some sense. This is like the pirate themed place, which is pretty cool. I mean, calm down, those aren't real guys. Like those models, but they could have fooled you. But yeah, it's a weird place, and it's kind of quiet as well.
Yeah.
Because this place kind of shuts at like 3-ish, so it is a bit weird. So it looks really empty, and it looks almost a bit spooky. Kind of like if you were to like, if you just saw this, you'd be like, oh, a bit odd.
No man's land.
But yeah, like it's. I've never really seen a lunch place kind of like just shut down at like after 3, but I guess that's because of the way they consume like sushi and stuff like that. Obviously, it's gonna go raw and stuff like that. But yeah, it was nice to look. I guess the shop is kind of better because there was no one around. If there was crowds, it probably wouldn't have been that great.
Would have worked, yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. Hopefully that child has a parent. I'm guessing, but then again, just whatever. But yeah, I was just walking around. I even mentioned that in the audio. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And I like the fake food they have outside the shops. It's interesting. But But yeah, I don't know. My movements with this camera is a bit like eerie. It's almost shining like. Yeah, it's a bit. It's weird. I'm also kind of like freaked out by my own filming. Yep. I think we're coming up to the end of this shot. Yeah, that was floor 5.
Wow.
My goodness. And so now we're outside of Aqua City, and we're looking at the pretty cool view that's out here.
Yeah, amazing view.
Because we literally are on an island within Japan, which is an island itself, and we've got this nice view. This also is kind of like a seaside-ish area, and right there is the Rainbow Bridge, which isn't quite lit up yet because it's not quite dark. Because this was in February, so it does get like dark quite fast. And kind of focus on something kind of odd there, and yeah, so it does kind of have like an edge of the country kind of vibe to it, and it wasn't that warm, but it kind of, there was kind of like a warmth to it in that sense. But yeah, Travis going a bit nuts there. But yeah, and then yay, Aqua City.
Yeah.
So they're playing some nice music, which I hope doesn't cause any like issues.
They were playing some jams.
Yeah, they were playing some good covers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of you are probably like, hold on a minute, the hell's that?
You still in Japan?
Are we still in Japan? Because I don't know about you, but that looks kind of familiar right there. And for those of you who've kind of already figured it out, yes, that is the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, it is a replica of the Statue of Liberty, and it's just here. I don't really know why. It's just there. It's very odd, and we got a nice. It's almost like nighttime now, and you can see that building I was talking about earlier has like this really weird like dome thing, which has like a little bit of light ever changing. This is what I mean by the whole like design technology kind of aspect of it. And this is where it's like real late at night now. See the Statue of Liberty is kind of lit up, and you kind of see the Rainbow Bridge is like lit up now, which is pretty nice.
It's lovely.
Yeah, get a nice shot there, and you can see the cars, which kind of adds to it as well. Shama didn't have a more powerful lens. And right here, they have like this like...
Lover's land.
Almost, yeah, because all the couples were taking photos there.
Yeah.
So it was like, and it's literally, if you angle it correctly, the Statue of Liberty falls right where the heart is.
Okay, yeah.
So obviously it's a nice little thing they put there, and you can hear the jams being played in the background. So, and there's a restaurant that's playing it just high up. So I kind of left this shot intentionally dark just so you can see the silhouetted like shadows and.
It was a cute little section actually.
Oh yeah, it was nice. And I think this like partly kind of ends like the second day for the most part. But yeah.
So if you do get to go to Odaiba Island, like definitely go there for the whole day if you can.
Yes, like early. Make sure you know what you're doing. Like we had to go twice.
Yeah.
And you'll find out why we went twice. For the most part. Okay, so we're on the next day, it's 13th of February, and interestingly, right off the bat, not even planned. So I'm kind of looking around at this train, because we were literally sitting on it, and we were like, there's something, this train's really nice.
This is like a really classic feel to it.
Yeah, it was really cool, and basically, we're heading to, we're on the journey, and it kind of dawned on us that this was a very special train.
Yeah.
Because when you come out of it, it's like an old school looking train, and it also is like yellow, like bright yellow. And we obviously couldn't have like planned this at all. Basically, it was one of those like unique moments. There's a few unique moments where it was like only I would have been not as if I'm some kind of god or anything. That we just got the chance to see, and this is me literally right by the train is about to go off. But yeah, it was a special edition train.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. I'm gonna double check the information. I think
it was the Ginza Line Series 1000 special edition.
Yeah, so it was like a very special like looking train. And yeah, so I had to film this basically to kind of show it off for the most part. But yeah, the train is loud for the most part. And then even at the station, I forget which station we got off. Well, we're heading to the Sensō-ji temple, and at the station which we came from, which I believe was Osakasu, I think that's what it was. They had this like kind of thing here. It was kind of like I forget what they call it, but it's like a really nice one, a gold one, basically. And we kind of did a short walk all the way to the temple.
Very
which is-
short walk. Like,
Yeah, like it was like
not even 7 minutes. Like 5 maybe.
I would even say that. And there's a temple right there and some of the streets. So weather's a lot nicer now. I'm feeling better now.
Yeah.
And this place was kind of like quite tricky to film because people are everywhere.
It was packed.
I think we even partly went our separate ways to take photos.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a bit much, but it's nice. I can understand why people will come here. It's a massive, tall, like temple building for the most part. And I was kind of like waiting for it to get quiet just so I can kind of like show more detail of like the lantern.
And it's good you got this in actually.
Yeah, because
You were able to get it.
I think a lot of people pass it and look at it, but I don't think people look underneath
Under.
it,
Yeah.
which you can kind of see in a second. Because I'm kind of just going all around like the bottom end of it. Because if you look, there is a dragon under there. Now I wasn't actually looking at the camera when I did this, so that's why it's a bit odd. But you can kind of see it. Yeah, you can see it's a dragon. Well, I'm letting you know it's a dragon. And this is basically the market that's here. Which I forget, does the market itself have a name? I'm pretty sure it does. I think so.
I can't remember it.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so we're basically heading down to the market for the most part, and I was kind of getting this nice shot because it's almost like nice like diagonal shots leading to more like gates and temples, and everyone's kind of walking. And yeah, this is us kind of, it's quite a bit of a walk actually. It did take a little bit of time just to do the market section.
Yeah.
And
lots
this
of
was
souvenirs,
and yeah, lots of
food.
souvenirs, things you can buy and
Yeah.
see. Like if you want anything that is like traditionally Japanese, you'll find it here, basically. And you know, you've got like masks over there and stuff. So it was like a really interesting market to look through. So obviously there's going to be things you don't see filmed in this. We did look in some of the shops, but this is us just kind of passing through because we more or less shopped on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It was interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I'm just kind of like looking at everything and trying to avoid the crowd as much as possible because they really get in your way when you're trying to film things. Just a bit. Well, I mean, it's not their fault, you know. But yeah, and you can see like a massive like towered building over there in the background, and then this nice garden area with like a statue, which is pretty cool.
And it was so peaceful as well.
Mm.
Like although there were loads of people.
Yeah, no one was being obnoxious,
Yeah.
basically, which was great. And yeah, there's another like tower, there's another gate there, or another building structure, and the other one over in the distance. And it had like a nice little garden area,
Yeah.
which is really nice, because I wanted to get another shot of this. Some child just screaming.
Yeah, I remember that child. Yeah.
Yeah, the iconic child. Yeah, they screamed
That
for a
one.
while, actually. I don't know why. They were. I saw the child. They were with their parents. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's children being children. And this is like the flocks of people just coming in or through the gates to the next main area, which is a really nice place to explore. It's really cool. And there's me back on the road again. Yeah, because this is like a more of a kind of like ritual, like religious kind of thing. Like I guess, I don't know, area maybe.
Yeah, this area was really cool.
Because you see a lot of like things happening, which you kind of see in a second. You can see smoke going off there, and like people start to slow down because it's kind of like the end point, and people are kind of looking more at things for the most part. As you can see there, they have like I still haven't looked this up, but they had like this massive kind of like it's almost like a pot and a shelter or like a place or furnace. I'm not necessarily sure what its official name is, but essentially what people were doing were kind of like taking like paper. I think they actually had things inscribed on them, maybe fortunes, I think, and they were kind of like burning them in that and like kind of like absorbing the like smoke and flame, which you'll see like right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like putting it in there and kind of just like kind of gathering like the smoke or whatever, you can kind of like offering a prayer and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. I've never seen anything like that.
No, yeah.
And also because not everyone does it the same way.
Yeah.
There's not like a way to do it.
He was just behind
Just
us.
kind of
I think
odd.
I've actually smashed
And you got some guys there talking about their filming project. As he just said, he thinks he's just smashed it. Which I thought was quite funny. But yeah, not the best angle for me to get, because the smoke is just going everywhere, guys.
everywhere.
It is going
my eyes were
everywhere.
watering.
Like I couldn't stand there too long. I was literally looking through the viewfinder just to like protect my eyes at this shot. But yeah, it's an interesting to see. I've never really seen anything like this before. As I said, everyone kind of does it differently in a way. But it was interesting. I was like, yeah, pretty cool for them. I mean, this whole area is cool. It definitely has like, once again, like a very classic kind of feel to Japanese culture for the most part. I definitely put somewhere the information via link or whatever as to what exactly is going on. If you want more information, I'll provide that somewhere in within this video. And this is kind of like the shrine or like temple area, I think. I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, got some awesome paintings on the ceiling right there. And
so was this the entrance to it, or was this inside?
No, this
was inside, wasn't it?
This was inside, yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool. Hey, it looks like it's really bright out there. That's just me changing my camera settings so that you can actually see under here, because it is like quite dark. But yeah, I was just kind of looking around and that. Yeah, it's a really interesting like structure in that.
Yeah.
Really cool. And I wanted to make sure that I like kind of like saw it all for the most part. Yeah, really interesting. You see that lady in a kimono right there. Kimono or yukata, I'm not too sure which one it is. It's one of the two. But we saw a lot of people like that, dressed. And I'd imagine there must be a rent a kimono or yukata place somewhere. If I knew where that was, I would have done that.
Yeah,
we would have done
definitely.
that, yeah. You know, it's just to go around there, because it's interesting. There's people offering money as like a prayer. Which is kind of interesting. Because like you could do it here, and then you can also do it at the entrance, which is interesting as well. I'm not sure what the difference would be, because like this is literally the entrance, so you can see like a grander scale of the whole little area. And then right here you can see like people are actually lining up to offer like money and kind of like give a prayer, and they have like another lantern there. So it's interesting. I don't like know everything, and it isn't very interesting to see. You can see like a kid in like his yukata or kimono right there. Yeah, really cool. And this is like a fun little venture we had. Like definitely nice and calm.
Definitely.
Like I think
Very
you were
tranquil.
definitely like taking it in and enjoying it for the most part. Because I'd never been here, you'd never been here, so we didn't know what to expect.
Exactly, yeah. And you kind of don't realise that you're actually like in the zone.
Yeah. In a good way, yeah.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah, and this, I think another like thing, kind of like, you know, using the water to purify, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I know you can drink it, wash your hands, kind of do it. I've seen a lot of people kind of do that when they're entering like a place like this, where it has like a shrine. And yeah, so this is what they were doing. They're kind of like taking these, like, I think they're fortunes. I think they're like fortunes or messages. No, I don't think they did. I think further down from where I'm filming, there's like a place where you can like get one of these, read it, and then I think regardless of what it says, whether it's good luck, bad luck, you would burn it to kind of hopefully get said thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like these little fires, you would burn it. And like I was actually trying to like, the initial idea of this shot was like to get her and bring it over there, but she was taking forever. Like, no joke, she didn't move for another 3 minutes, guys.
Gosh.
So it was a little bit like, oh, okay, basically. I was a bit annoyed. And this is us doing the smart thing and taking the back streets to get back. So there are some shops there as well, which is pretty cool. But as you can tell, it's significantly quieter here, which is quite favourable.
Yeah.
Really cool. And it was well, the sun's gone for some reason. Don't know what the hell happened there. Well, it disappeared for a little bit, but then it came back slightly later on. So yeah, this is us heading out of here. Yeah.
So we did most of the shopping on that.
Kind of, yeah.
Period.
Yeah, and this is us. I guess you could say it's like almost like our failed attempt to we were looking for the Pokemon like shop center in Ikebukuro. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Ikebukuro. Didn't find it.
Didn't think it was going to be that hard to find.
We didn't find it, so we were just like, oh, whatever. Nice shot. This is us in the station. I thought it was kind of interesting. They had like this advert for this game, I think, plastered everywhere on these like screens.
Get that promo in.
Well, big time. You can't escape it. You can't escape it. And this is at the station, and this loft building has like smoke coming out of it.
Oh yeah.
Not sure what was
going on there.
What was going on there, simply put. But yeah, this is us. We are finally at Shibuya. This is like the main area by Shibuya Station. This is us kind of looking at the kind of all the advertisements and the buildings and the posters and that.
Was crazy.
Yeah, it really was. And there's Hachiko, well, the statue of Hachiko, the famous dog from Shibuya, the statue of him, where all the tourists come and kind of like take pictures of him. I filmed him from behind, just so you could see all the people taking photos, because legit, you can sit down and just like see just so many different people come and take photos of him. I'd imagine half the population of Japan has a photo with this statue, because it's so iconic and so famous. I mean, Hachiko's a cool dog anyway. Like one of the most loyalist and greatest dogs of all time, simply put. So yeah, I was just kind of filming him from there, and you can see how people take photos as well. Did we take a photo next to him?
That's what I was trying to look. I don't think we did, you know. I don't have one.
I think it's because I was like, I already have a photo of him, so I was like,
right.
I have my precious photo of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting. Interesting. Even most people probably don't even know what that statue is, I guess. But yeah, this was us about to do the old famous like scramble crossing.
About to dive in.
Yeah, literally about to dive in. It is one of the busiest like crossings, and I think we needed to get there anyway, so we went there.
I think it was on the way back. You got a pretty good shot of it, of us going back to the station.
Possibly, I think. But yeah, this is us kind of like, well, this is me kind of waiting at the waiting for the actual like thing to happen. I don't think we show us crossing, only because like you said, we got a much better one back there. Yeah, weird adverts. You see the 109 building, the men's one and the females department, and this is another crossing a little bit further up the road. With, like this nice little, like it's not as obviously grand as the scramble crossing, but it's still kind of interesting. And you can see it kind of does have like a New York, London feel.
Yeah. That's definitely what I felt.
Except with like way more advertising.
Yeah.
Way more. Oh, now we're at Tower Records. Which is cool. We actually did have a look in here. There's another Hachiko statue right there. I didn't want to film in there because I didn't want to. There's a point in this like film where I'm not going to film in shops, and then I just go, nope, I'm going to film in shops. And I was like, I don't care if they tell me not to. I'm just going to film in shops, basically. But yeah, and oh yeah, this is like further up in Shibuya where they have this construction site, and for anyone who is like as anime and manga savvy, these are like as a compilation of imagery from the Akira manga, which they just kind of stripped around like the boards. And so I was like, oh, I've got to film this. This is so cool. Like just these massive like long strip, and I think no one was like really like looking at it apart from me.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of like, oh man, it's like this is like really cool. Even if you don't know what it is or you know what it is, it's still like worth a stop. Yeah, because like the artwork kind of printed up nice and big is like really cool.
So much detail.
Ridiculously detailed, yes. You can kind of see like the construction is going on here, and it's just literally just on the side of a road. It's really cool to see, and I was like kind of getting worried because I'm trying to like make sure I have enough space to show it. I don't want to like just fall into someone. But yeah, I'll just walk into, oh, there's more.
A lot more interesting than what we have on our construction boards.
Yeah, sometimes it's either just plain or it's just like a graphic design.
Yeah.
I guess, but this was like interesting because you look at this and you're like, whoa. Like I said, even if you don't know what it is, you'd stop and stare at it, which is crazy. This is us further, kind of in like the back streets within like Shibuya, because I was looking for one shop in particular, and you know what shop I was looking for. I was like, it's got to be around here somewhere, and we kind of found it. I'm trying not to show it just yet, but it's there. It's right there. It's literally almost in dead center, and it's not Beam. It's the shop, kind of just there. And I kind of like this shot because of the angle I'm filming at. It looks like I almost get hit by a car. I was standing across the road, but I was just that zoomed in. So yeah, this odd looking building is actually a chain shop called, as you can see right there, Mandarake. And I was looking for this particular one because it's weird looking. Like, this is just the entrance, which has painted thing of characters all the way the top
You
here.
had to go downstairs, right?
We went,
Yeah.
like, it's literally underground,
Yeah.
this shop. So you can probably see some characters right there as I'm trying to film while walking down the stairs, and you got all the boys right there. It's my favorite guys right there. All the stuff. Some flashing lights, and you even look at the ceiling. It's got this weird, like, kind of construction-y, like, theme right there. As you kind of just head deeper down, and you can hear some.
We actually went quite deep.
Yeah, you're actually gonna see. So there's got books there. So there's like 2 levels already. Oh. And you can hear some. I don't know what song that is. Hopefully that shouldn't. Jazzy, did you say?
Yeah.
A little bit jazz to it. It's nice. Yeah, so I'm just kind of continuing to keep going down. Oh gosh, there's me with my Russian hat. It was actually cold that day, in case we were wondering why I'm so wrapped up. And yet we're still going
We are
down.
not. I was gonna say we are not still going
Yeah,
down.
we're still going down, yeah. You forgot how long it took to
What?
get down here. You forgot that this is, like, literally this is right where the shop starts. And I didn't film in
Wow.
here because I like the way that kind of the scene just ends there. Yeah, it's quite an interesting building for the most part. So this is, like, we spent like about 30 minutes in there and it became night.
Yeah.
And so things are getting a little bit more nighttime, scenic. It's really lit up. Which is really nice to see.
Still very busy.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd imagine some people might start the shopping now
Right.
at like 6. I really like that street. And I was looking at a lot of the really nice, the way I like the way it's like kind of compact and that, which is interesting. This is us kind of going on me going on a bit of a walk to get back to the Shibuya station. And yeah, the all Forever 21,
Forever 21.
Forever.
which is pretty cool.
We
And you
stopped off there for about 10 hours.
yeah, that's actually the whole next day. I gotta get that shopping in though. But yeah, this is me trying to, like, I look like I'm at like a small angle there, but like the shop tower is just so big and like, yeah, all the interesting like billboards and stuff is.
Everything was just so colourful, so bright, like popping in your
Mm.
face. Yeah.
Big time. It's actually almost quite blinding.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to live somewhere here where it's like I'd imagine there's a lot of light pollution. Big time,
Yeah.
I would bet. Whoa. But yeah, some of these shops are so bright. There's just music playing everywhere. It's all like a competition. Oh, I thought was that lady dancing?
I think so.
She might have been. Damn. She's getting into it.
Right? I'm getting into it now.
What a chew. But yeah, this is basically where we were before. This is like Shibuya Station is right over there. And I kind of like cut shot and kind of span around so you can see the 109 building right there. I'm kind of doing like a slow, almost like a comparison shot. This is, you know, you can see the buildings there and like, it's really lit up now. And you've got like a light, like literally that screen is beaming on that building because it's so bright. And that's the empty scramble crossing.
Get ready.
Get ready, yeah. Have to brighten that shot up.
Get ready to cross.
Oh, yeah, get ready. And then you've got, I remember the first time I crossed it, me and my friend Andy from the previous video, we literally just like started spinning around, just taking photos and filming. We was just like, because it takes so long to, like the lights are stopped for so long. It's quite funny.
And there were so many people taking pictures as well. Just stopped in the middle
Yeah,
of the road.
people just
You
bump into
understand
each
why
other.
It's called the scramble
Yeah.
crossing now?
Yeah, and there's a train right there, and it's so busy. It's hard to
Yeah,
kind
you
of
get it
keep
now?
focus when you're trying to film and take photos and that. Yeah, and that's literally where we were. So it's kind of like quite of a long distance, but it is quite a bit of length. I think you were truly amazed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it just becomes empty once again.
Ready for the next round.
Yeah, literally, it's non-stop to some extent. Yep, see? Same shot. Alright, next day. It's the 14th of February. we were on a mission. Well, we're always on a mission, pretty much. In a mission for like enjoyment for the most part. And yeah, so I can't remember what station we were. I can't remember what station this is. I'm trying to remember. But I know I was definitely like, oh, let me get a nice shot of this station, because it was like a nice kind of open, quite bright station. So I think we were heading to, oh my gosh, escape me, Harajuku.
Yes.
That's where we were heading. And I was just filming around because I think we missed our train. And we were just like, oh, nothing better to do.
Take it all in.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because I kind of already like halfway through our trip for the most part. So it almost like the first few days, well, the first day definitely felt like a warm-up.
Yeah.
For the real stuff. Where things get intense. Kind of. I don't know, I'm hyping things up way too much, I think.
No, I don't think so.
Why I think I am.
Where was that?
You know where this was?
Oh,
well, you're
that
about
was
to find out.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah, Taxi Street, which is in Harajuku, the famous street. There it is. See, I don't even have to spell it. It's right there. And yeah, so this is the famous fashion district in Harajuku. It's become very popular over the last like few years. It kind of is a bit of a tourist trap. I mean, granted, I'm not really into like fashion that much, so it doesn't really appeal to me for the most part. But it's always nice to kind of view and go down. I think it's worth going there. I mean,
Definitely.
how was it for you? Like
even if fashion isn't your thing, it's definitely worth a visit. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I didn't really get to see any like Harajuku Barbies, but
yeah, we didn't see any of that. I think that that kind of is kind of dying out a little bit. I think in place of some other trends which I would like to photograph, and I'm not going to say what they are just in case I do. But yeah, well, I've photographed them and I've seen them. But yeah, and there's us right there on the screen. There's me on the right and you on the left, both with the camera and filming. So it's kind of like a weird shot. Because yeah, everyone's kind of like filming themselves. And yeah, you can kind of see me. I'm pointing at you, I think. Yeah. Although it's not the best like screen, but yeah, we're just chilling there. See, it's still not showing my face. You've only seen my like full face once, and I'm gonna keep it as that. This is a nice little section in here which had like shops. It's like a curved like section, which I really liked.
yeah, because this was kind of separate from the main like street, if that makes sense.
Much
So
I mean, it was quieter
Yeah.
when we got there, but like it was much quieter here. I really liked it.
It was cute. They had like random stuff, which was really nice actually.
Yeah, a lot of random stuff, which is good. But then again, I guess that's kind of it. Like a lot of fashion items and stuff. There is kind of like a good kind of randomness to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like right there, there's like weird masks. You know, in case you need a mask of an animal.
Why not, right?
Exactly. Well, if you need it,
There
Harajuku,
it
Takashidori
is.
Street. Yeah, they got you covered. And there's like a McDonald's there on the street as well, which I find odd. Because I mean, granted, it's not strictly a fashion shop, a district, but I still find that a bit odd. But yeah, we started like kind of progressing down the street and that. And this is us inside the I forget what it's called, but it's like a or what do you call it? Everything is basically like £1 or $1 basically
Yeah.
shop.
Like one of the one pound stores.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the shop, and they, as you saw right there, they're perfectly fine with you filming and taking pictures, and that's something I've started seeing popping up in a lot of like shops in like New York and Japan.
Right.
Is they have like spots designated just for taking photos,
Okay. Yeah.
like for Instagramming and that, which is really. This shop has one, so they're like, yep, if you want to film here. Oh, that's the name of it, Dashino.
Yeah.
Right there. But yeah, really odd. And I thought I just wanted to make a point of filming in there, just so you see, and you got the Claire's right there. If you need your accessories.
Get them accessories.
Yeah. It's a little bit further down the street, as you can kind of see the little gateway there. And this is us kind of coming out of it. We walked down it, and we was kind of looking for something in particular down the main road, and I was kind of like, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. And I kind of like figured it out, and oh boy. This was I'm just gonna let this, yeah. So we are at the Harajuku Kawaii Monster Cafe,
Brilliant.
which is it's something.
It's something.
It's something because it's quiet now.
Mm.
It's quiet now. That's what I'm gonna say because we were just waiting for it. For the most part.
Look at that.
Like, look at this. This is me not ready for Kawaii Monster Cafe, and she opened the door and it's just like, whoa. Like, damn. Like, I had to take the volume down so hard on this because the music was blazing, and you can see this weird carousel thing in the background, and it's like all colorful. That's a mirror, so it's a bit trippy.
A whole different world.
Yeah, like this is by far the most colorful and craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, this is nuts. We were sitting in the dairy milk place, which is why there's so many like milk bottles hanging from the ceiling, and then there's lips on the wall. It's like, and there's a mirror there, and oh my god, it's the craziest. Like,
that's why we were in the milk stand area.
Milk stand, was it?
So they had milk stand area, mushroom disco area.
Oh, okay.
Melty room.
Melty room?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Bar experiment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and this is me. Like, I wanted to get a good like shot of this like carousel. It's like a cake in the middle of the restaurant, and I just kind of wanted to film it going around and around because as if it isn't colorful enough, they're hitting it with more colors, and it's just slowly rotating, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is me being as still as possible. Like, I'd love to ride on that, but it goes too slow.
I think they really made the most of this as well, though, because as well as hosting parties and stuff, they had it turned into like a nightclub on some nights.
Yeah, I think so. It's like kind of like a completely different vibe when it comes to night, if you look it up. But yeah, we didn't film any of the other areas because I kind of wanted to just film on one section, and for anyone who wants to go there, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing because I do plan to go to Japan again and go here again, so I'll go to the another area, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I know this place is insane.
Yeah,
big time, and it's a restaurant.
And it's a restaurant. I was going to say,
it's a restaurant. It's like kind of like forgot to say that for the most part. Really crazy, and that's like the menu, which is on like it's like an iPad thing, but it's kind of in like this weird cake sandwich thing. But I really like look how thick it is.
It's really quite
like
fun.
That's crazy. And this is us like kind of like filming our food. I can't remember what exactly we ordered. All I know is I got like some chips with like these crazy dips, as you can see.
Yeah.
I got like a drink that had popcorn on top of it, which is nuts. And then I had some chicken and chocolate with like broccoli, and waffles, which is crazy. But things are about to get even crazy in a minute because I couldn't even like eat because of what happened next.
That's the thing.
Like literally, I was about to eat, and then that happened, which is crazy. And then you have Choppy over here, who's kind of like the mascot of like this whole like restaurant for the most part. Well, he's called Choppy, but his like full name is Mr. 10,000 Chopsticks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's his full name.
You
didn't even know he was behind you.
Like,
you didn't even know. And like I had to cut like real quick because like I had to drop the camera to take a photo of you. And she's taking a picture of them. See, I still haven't eaten. And it's like he's just going around. His design is pretty cool and he's really cute. And he's soft as hell.
yeah.
He's really nice. Oh, it's really nice. But yeah, I love the little like dance they do with him, because I think the whole concept of like the calf is that like this is what like the insides of his looks like, because he just keeps eating.
Yeah.
So that's what the results of it would be, I think. So
And it was great being in that experience. Like,
oh yeah,
it wasn't just a sit down meal.
Yeah,
it was a total experience.
Big time. The food was nice as well.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Exactly.
Weird. And there was like there's a lot of like restaurants that do like our novelty, but like things are always happening, as you're about to see in a sec. We'll just like stay quiet for this moment. So like it was also someone's birthday, so I got to see that as well.
Really?
Like literally halfway through my meal, I'm like, oh my god, again. Oh my gosh. So we're back at Harajuku outside after the craziness of Kawaii Monster Cafe.
Yeah.
And we're looking at this. This is like the more, I would say, the more fashiony kind of area.
This area was cool.
This area was so chill.
Yeah.
Lots of shops. More for, I would say, don't bother with Takashidori Street. I would say come here as well. This is where you're going to see something. I mean, you're probably looking, it's not as crazy. I mean, granted, isn't too much crazy after you've just seen Monster Cafe Kawaii. But even, well, I stand corrected. So they have like this weird animatronic dog.
What shop was that outside of?
Oh, you're about to find out in a sec.
Ted Baker, that's it.
Yeah, they just had that there. I don't know why. I guess because England, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So this is us kind of like on the main streets of Harajuku, as we're going to make like the final stop for today. And I'm just kind of on this little bridge. I always come on this bridge. I've been on this bridge like so many times in Japan. I've crossed this bridge like 7 times.
It's tradition now. Like,
it's tradition with me, yeah. And I was just kind of filming all the traffic and the people looking down, and just kind of like trying to calm down from what was Mr. 10,000 Chopsticks and the craziness of Monster Cafe Kawaii. And so I'm kind of just like looking around, and the sun's kind of starting to set. But we come here for like the final stop, which is right here, Kittyland, which is a it's kind of like a character toy shop. You right there, you see the 3 bears. Oh, so happy to see that. So they have like a whole little section for them and their stuff, as well as other characters have their own sections if you want things on them. And the store is like an ultimate kid's like dream.
Yeah.
And like these weird like solar paneled little things that just move and bob their heads, which is cool, which I really liked. I think you were even going to get one of those, weren't you?
Yeah, I was interested in that actually.
I think you wanted the cat one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like looking at them, and they even had a section for Dr. Slurp, which was pretty cool. Because I think over in the West or England, most people don't know about Dr. Slurp, and Dr. Slurp is what it's at, basically. Oh, so then we got this, like the bottom floor is like Snoopy Town, and they had this nice like kind of wall which literally had like, oh yeah, Snoopy Town, which had like all the characters leading down, the weird female Snoopy as well.
Snoopette? No, I'm joking.
I don't know, she might be called that. But yeah, they had like this pretty cool set, like really nice the way it's done. Because funny enough, when I came here last time, this wasn't actually Snoopyville. This was actually a whole floor for Moomin stuff.
Okay.
So that's obviously changed as of time. Yeah, there was like still Moomin stuff, but it was like a section now. So it's kind of like a store that's always changing, I would say, big time. And they got like a nice kind of like artwork of the school bus right there, which is pretty cute. I don't know which floor. I can't keep track of the floors. I think it's like the middle floor, but it's like the Disney section. I had to do this shot like 4 times because like my battery died and like I kept messing up. But like yeah, so the Disney section is like almost half of this floor, because I mean it's Disney. Yeah. People love Disney. They had like the weird wooden blocks there.
So cool.
Which are kind of cool. I don't even think we have them over in the West yet. They're like vintage blocks of like characters basically. And yeah, so it's a nice section to look around. And it's the final floor, which is a little bit more anime geared. You got Star Wars, we can forget about that, it's not interesting. Got some Marvel stuff back there. Oi! Most people should know what that is, because they got the card Captor Sakura stuff right there, which at the time I hadn't watched the series, but I was kind of like just getting that quick sneak peek basically.
Yeah.
This is for that new series Clean Card Hen, so there's like mad promotion for that, I'd imagine. That's what it's meant to be, is me adjusting my camera because it's pretty bright. And yeah, this was the craziest floor.
Yeah.
So you got like all these like kind of like more higher end designer toys in this glass cabinet, and just other anime gaming related eccentric stuff, which is, we were on this floor for a while.
Yeah.
We were looking around for time. Did you buy something from here?
I bought. What did I buy? I didn't get the Toy Story block thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Dragon Ball.
Yeah. For one of your family members, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. For my brother, yeah.
Which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was a nice floor. I think this is the next day actually, because we kind of like ended it there and went straight back to the hotel, because so this is February 15th, and I'm just kind of, this is Tabata. This wasn't the end journey. But like I was kind of filming this one because it was completely different to the previous one, and it had like a little bit more animation to it and such. And this is another shot. I think because our train kind of was like maintenance services.
Something happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So like.
So we were there for a while.
Yeah, we were there for a
Not too
while,
long,
but I got this nice shot of like this image of like an Oni or a yokai right there, and I was just kind of filming, which was really nice because we were waiting to get to another place I hadn't been to before, and quite an interesting place too. And yeah, we're kind of just waiting there. This is kind of like on the outskirts of, I think, Harajuku. I can't remember what station this was exactly, but we were kind of moving towards. Well, we're heading to Nakano, basically. I can't quite read that line, so it was actually quite an easy journey. We literally went to Harajuku and then got there. Well, basically got to Nakano Station. Right outside, a place I'd never been to, so this was like completely new to me. This is like the most new section of Japan to me, and right over there. So once again, still, this is like a slightly more like remote part, but it's like still billboards everywhere. It was
quieter, wasn't it? Yeah.
Big time. And then yeah, so this is right here is the Sunshine Mall. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. This is the Sunshine Road. And you can see that with like the fact that the sun actually comes down on it, and they got the sun themes, and this is an interesting place to walk down because we walked down a lot of like.
It was bigger than I thought. Yeah,
longer as well.
Yeah,
big time. It was really fun. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah. I think I had the most. I did the most filming here, guys.
Yeah.
Like, and that's because there was just so much to look at and so much to film. It was. I mean, I kind of knew about this place, but even for you, I think it was like way more like crazy. I think, like way more surprises from you.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm kind of just walking down this mall because it's interesting. I like just seeing like things just happening in real time. And that cyber slot, that must be like a gambling like pachinko place. But yeah, because I think even with places like these that are so dense and so colourful, you can watch this footage maybe 5 times and you spot something different each time.
See something new,
which is nice. And it's just a bit further down. And I'll kind of do that nice. So yeah, you can see the blinding sun coming down. And always playing music as well. And right there is our main destination. The rising in popularity Nakano Broadway. Which is basically like... Basically it's a shopping mall, but it's more for collecting for the most part. It basically has about, I don't know how many, like over 20 brands of mandarake, which is the shop we saw earlier. But each mandarake store like is specific to one thing. So you'll find one store that may just sell toys, and then one that may just sell DVDs or CDs and stuff like that, which you're going to see like slightly later on, which is really, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a business structure span over like 3 floors, basically. Because like there's other shops that don't have anything to do with collecting, but like the specific ones are like crazy, which you're gonna go see in a sec. Because there's me walking down and kind of going, oh yeah, I remember it's not here. And so there's like this weird promo video which I was kind of filming about Nakano. And then we
got there quite early because
we got there. It actually opens at 12.
Yeah.
all the Mandarake shops open at 12, interestingly enough. And I didn't actually even know that until when we got there. And then you can slyly see us there in the reflection. So yeah, we're heading up to kind of like get our minds blown, basically. Because it's kind of interesting when you actually see the amount of presentation that goes into it. Which is rather interesting. It is interesting. Because yeah, you're kind of like greeted with this like little logo right there. Not really sure what it says, but that's kind of like specifying the tax information and that. So that's like the first shop we see, Special 3. And then, I don't know which one this was called again, but it has like this weird display of just cutouts of like books and piping, and we looked at this thing for a good while. Like, it's...
Great design.
Yeah, it's random, but it's good. It is really good. And I was just like, this is like me filming, this is the first time I'd ever seen this. So this is like my first hand experience with it. So the shop isn't open as of yet, and they've got like these lit display cases, and they got books just out. It's out of the shop, because the shop has even more books inside, which you're going to see in a sec. And that's just like a little sneak peek. You got people just reading the books right there. I think those books are like the pre-owned ones.
Okay.
I think some are inside are pre-owned, but those are like pre-owned in a sense.
And I think the thing is about these shops as well, you just don't know what you're going to find in them. Because I think even at that moment in time, they had a whole meeting or something.
Yeah.
Where people were, what were they doing? Selling their items?
Yeah, like that where we just saw that little place where the people were all coming out, that was what I figured this out later. That place was actually where all of the staff that actually work in all the Mandarake shops, they were kind of having like a meeting there. And basically what happened, I just missed it. Basically, they lifted up the shutters and they all just scattered. And then the shop opened. But that place also, which you're going to see later on in the video, that place is also where you can bring in your pre-owned stuff. And they'll evaluate it and say, you know, all that kind of stuff. So there is an auction element to it, which is pretty great. So if you had a bunch of stuff that's rare, whether that's films, statues, trading cards, like pins, like anything that is like specialized here, you can sell it here. Doesn't even matter if it's like not Japanese, but like literally, and you can see all this stuff. Like these are books, just like a mass collection of books that I guess possibly have some kind of rarity or thereafter, and it's just all over the place, really. And I was just fascinated by it all, because I am a big collector, which is evidence if anyone has ever met or seen my collection. So obviously, to seeing this stuff, it was kind of almost like a kid in a candy shop for the most part. Like, we were here for a while.
Huge candy shop.
Big time. Like, I can't, like, a 3-floor candy shop, basically, where it's like, oh, one specifies in chocolate, one specifies in sour sweets, or, you know, that kind of stuff.
And they had different opening times as well, because I think we went to a different floor, and at one point, the shops had shutters down, so they weren't open, and then we returned there, an hour later, they were open. It's like, oh, another place to explore.
Yeah, we almost got like lost and confused because we'd come, which you're going to see later, there's like a whole section, there's just shop, and then we come out of a shop, and then it's shops, and we're just like, what the hell, where are we?
Have we been there before? Did we pass this?
We didn't know. So it's like the main like hallway we were looking at, because we actually go into this bookshop just to have a look. But we're in this other shop. I'm going to show it what it says here. This is like the first shop we kind of looked in, which just sells like pre-owned toys. Which is really interesting, and you can kind of see how narrow things are. Yeah. Like, 2 people can't walk down this at the same time. So yeah, I had to kind of be quick about filming this. But it's very quiet in here too. Except for that music. Which you can like faintly hear, and they got like things for like fans and that. Like, it's all about like Dragon Ball Z stuff, and like this is all like pre-owned.
You could just spend hours in this one shop alone.
Yeah.
Like,
you could. And the thing is, even just in this whole complex, Nakano on Broadway, you could probably find that one statue or that one thing you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you had the money for it, obviously. Yeah. But, like, you know, it's so cool. I didn't film in every shop because, once again, it would have been there for hours, and I don't have the battery life for that. But, yeah, I was just kind of... I always love looking at, like, how things are structured and placed in that. And even then, you're like, oh, a whole little section of Dragon Ball Z stuff right there. Stuff. And like some One Piece stuff right there. Just all these toys that are just there. And they're not even that expensive in this shop neither.
Yeah.
Like, they were selling some of those for like £10, £20, £30 in our equivalent. What is that? Special 2. So yeah, interesting shop. And then this is the bookshop, the main one that had like the weird like structural cutouts and that. We spent a while in here.
Yeah.
And we didn't even like read any books. We just like looked.
Just going through, yeah.
We were just looking because it's like a library.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like you can't see it quite right now, but like you get to this section. Like that's just us walking in. And there's so much more. Like I'm just doing a 360 and you can't even pick out these books. Like you look down here and there's like another mass shelf of books specifying in one thing, and you got another one right here. It's insane. Really.
Look at that.
It almost doesn't feel. It's almost like never ending to some extent. And you probably be able to see something you recognize just in this video, just from like, because I'm kind of like vaguely looking around. Because if I was to zoom in, you'd probably see some things, you know. But yeah, it's just like this was the biggest one, I think. Because there is one literally opposite that is almost as big, but it kind of specifies a little bit more in magazines and other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a part 2 to this one.
And looking back at it, there is just so much.
Too much, I think.
Yeah. That was only one part of the shop, so this is the second part now.
Yeah. Because once again, like I think they had so many books they had to split it up.
Yeah.
I think there are other, like, trust me, there was about, if I remember, about 6 shops that sold books.
Wow.
And not just limited to manga or comic books in this context. But yeah, I've never seen a bookshop like this, so big. I have no idea what that buzzing noise is. Neither. Strange, but yeah. So many books. But it was really cool. I mean, I think you were just kind of like... I think you were kind of like trying to look at books. I think you were kind of on the intention of, I need to read something.
Yeah.
I did have a read of some, but not that much.
I mean, there was just so much choice as well. It's like, where do you even start?
Yeah. Because you could probably say to them, I'm looking for this, and they'd probably be like, oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Here's the whole collection. And that's just what it's like. This is the other shop, if I remember correctly. And this one is a little bit more varied. Like, it has art books, it has, like, things on things like gaming and that. It's just as big, and it's a little bit taller as well. But it's like, it doesn't have as much, so you can see I'm kind of just looking around at things. I'm trying to, like, focus on, like, some other things. You can kind of pinpoint things, and strange, like, well, it's not anime, manga books and comics and such. I don't know if anyone can recognize anything. I certainly recognized a few, and there was a few where I was like, what the hell is this? But it's me kind of like creeping past that guy. And like this whole wall is just like books, like art books, which is quite crazy.
Yeah, this section was cool.
It was really interesting. Yeah, I'm just like literally just trying not to get in anyone's way right here. See, I don't even know where you are. We legit split up.
Yeah.
I don't think you're behind me neither. And yeah, I think you can trade. Yeah, that's like where the counter is basically. And you kind of like, as is tradition, you get to the back of the shop for the most part, or the final row or whatever, and you start to get to like the more questionable stuff, which I shouldn't need to blur out. Hopefully I don't need to. But yeah, this is the yeah, you know what I'm talking about. This is that stuff basically. Which I was very like quick to go down it, because I don't want anything to like show up in it that like warrants me like having to edit the video again. But I was very quick. Let's go. There's more of that stuff over there. There's another section of it. So even there, pornographic hentai section it's like 2 sections literally. So it's massive. And I'm guessing that's basically saying you have to be 18. So this is kind of like a nice, kind of trippy shot. It's a nice little shop right here, which we came out of that shop. I'm looking around this one. This lady was kind of literally just giving out people food. Well, not giving out people food, like you can buy food.
Oh, I forgot about her. Yeah. The little trolley lady.
Yeah, there's another shop which has like just craziness in it. So not everything is like specific to just one thing. It's just shops, just has things basically. And we were just walking around. Oh, there she is again. Alright, that's legit business right there. That's convenient as hell.
Yep.
Like, you know, it's my shift.
Yeah.
I need a sandwich.
Exactly.
See, I'd buy into that big time. And then we get to this shop, which is crazy.
Ah, yeah.
This one, which like I had to like stop filming just to like readjust my camera so I can film in here, because
Look at that.
I have never seen like there's shops with like lots of toys in it, but I've never
That
seen
is packed out.
something so dense like this. And the weird thing was that whoever owns the shop wasn't there,
Yeah.
and
It's just casually.
like, there's cameras there, but like I'd imagine it's because like given how like Japan is, like, you know, everyone has respect for things. People aren't gonna go
Yeah.
out and steal other people's things because that's not right. That
You
kind
know
of stuff.
nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, there is a great level of trust with just a lot of people in this country. So yeah, and I guess it even transcends even with like tourists as well. But yeah, so many toys of so many things, and like, kid stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd imagine you can complete collection of just like the little toys you had when you were a kid or something like that. But so much stuff, and it's like, as you probably noticed, it's like dead quiet in here
Yeah.
because no one's here. I'm not saying nothing. Like almost the mall music, you can't even hear it.
Yeah.
It's like
you're totally.
it's like a whole cut off section.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Sectioned off.
I took a ton of photos in here and obviously filmed quite a bit, and they got masks on the ceiling. Like, weird. It's weird in a good way, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, and it's quite narrow as well. I was like kind of had to squeeze by for the most part, but yeah, it's just
Don't knock anything over.
kind of, yeah. And I mean, ooh, I can't imagine whoever owns this shop has like knows what's in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it comes to a point where it's like,
Yeah, like I can understand there's
Actually.
sections, like there are sections where you can see like the same character again and again.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that if I went and said, "Oh, do you have this character from this series?" I'm not sure if they would know. Maybe they would, but who knows? But yeah, more walking through Nakano. I think we're still on the second floor, and this was like us kind of like looking at some of the other shops of just all the various stuff. Like, it's not all Mandarake, as you can see. It's like other people selling other things and that. And yeah, we're kind of just walking down it.
Yeah.
Like weird dolls there.
Oh, that doll shop, yeah.
Oh, we get to that doll shop. That weird, the creepy doll
That
shop.
creepy one, yeah.
The shop that just specifies in dolls that look a little bit creepy. I don't know if they're a brand or it's just, hey, I've got some creepy
I've got
dolls
some,
here.
yeah.
Do you
Just
want
goes
some?
to show that anything and everything was there.
Literally. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's probably here. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're just like, it's a weird mall. A very weird mall, because I've never seen a specific base mall. You know what I mean? Malls
Exactly.
are usually varied, and there is vary here, but it's on another level.
Just do a whole loop.
Simply put, because we walked around here a lot. Granted, because I said we were lost.
This section was cool.
This is still floor 2. But yeah, lots of stuff. You see some Pokemon there. Some like Nintendo, might be a Nintendo specific shop right there.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's a jewelry shop to the left. The scene, some more dolls, not as creepy. We'll get to the creepy dolls. And then yeah, right down this corner is kind of where we started. And then yeah, I kind of did like almost like a zoom cut to it. And yeah, I think this shop specifies in music collectibles from artists. So like if you want like signed stuff.
Right.
And this is where the auction happens. See, we're back here. So you can see people bringing in their stuff to see if they can sell it and that. So
They must get hundreds of things like daily.
big time. And you know, I'd imagine there must be cases where someone brings something in and it's like, I need to call John. I think we've got something special here. You know what I mean?
Bring John down.
You know, John has to come down from floor 6 and he's like, what we got today?
John, we have it.
Yeah, it must be like that. There must be cases of that. But then again, I doubt it's just things that are like super rare. It might just be, I think it's just things. Because, you know, not that it's always this like one man's treasure is another man's treasure kind of thing, but not in that kind of literal sense. That's their offices, and that's an alien.
Oh yeah.
I think this is literally their office, which is even interesting. It has its own theme. You had like little portholes there and aliens. A weird
That was
theme.
really cool.
Yeah, so this is like what I was talking about.
Was that the top floor?
I'm
remember.
not sure. And you got like the weird music, as there's just no one around.
Yeah.
It's like literally just us. Well, there's one guy there, but like there's hardly anyone around here. And we're kind of just walking around like, oh, where's the anime? You know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. Which floor is this? I don't know. It might be floor 3. It's kind of hard to tell. So you can see some of the shops are actually closed. That shop, I think that shop just sold like postcards. I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we are on floor 3.
Okay.
So I remember why, because like right here, I don't think that's floor 4, but like right there is where we were.
Mm.
And this is the other side of there. So yeah, I think we stopped to get a drink.
Yeah, we did.
I needed it. After all that looking, I got thirsty. So yeah, more walking. We do a lot of walking in this section because it's just so fascinating and interesting to look at the way. This is like another bookshop, not on like comics, but just books of possibly anything, I guess. But yeah, it's really interesting to look. Like you've said already, you could spend a whole day here. I think maybe even more aliens, possibly even more. And this is where we get to the really interesting section. So you got like stuffed toys here, a stuffed toys specialty shop, and then just here you have a shop that sells frames, frames
cool.
from anime.
I was not expecting to see those.
No, you can just buy them, and I have a few. There's like Batman right there. There's quite a
Really
few
cool.
there. I bought a few actually as well, which is kind of cool. I can actually see the ones I bought back there. And there's a few there from Sailor Moon.
My one, I still don't know where it comes
One Piece. Yeah, we have to figure out where they're from
Yeah.
actually. I know where 2 of mine are from,
from.
but it might just be a matter of hopefully seeing it one day. That's the other counterpart shop where you can actually like buy them from, but they still have more there. Here's the creepy doll shop. Like some of these dolls are creepy.
Dun, 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 dun.
They're almost horror film like those ones aren't, but like some of them. Or is this the one? Like those ones are a little bit
Yeah.
like shifted to be a bit eerie. And I think those ones as well. Whoop, fast turn. Because there's too much to look at. There is way too much
So
to look at.
much.
It's like wigs. No, this is more dolls. More dolls. If you see anything that interests you right there. Yeah, you can like it's like more doll. It's doll parts actually, and this is the
Yeah.
one. This is the coolest
Hey.
shop right here. This one is so cool because it has a gate right there, which is quite crazy. And I forget what the special. It's like a special one, basically. I can't remember what it's called. But it has a massive like display window right there, which is pretty cool.
I think the effort that went into displaying the products was just amazing.
Yeah, you're about to see in a sec because this is the Henya one. It doesn't say that it is, but it's the Henya one.
Store I wanted to go to.
I had to double check what it was called, but yeah, it's it has a shrine gate and a torii. I think it's a torii. Yeah, that's what the little gate is. It's a torii.
Oh, okay.
If I'm mistaken, if I am, I'll actually put it somewhere for people to see. But yeah,
We're not even in the shop. This
no, we're
is
not
like...
even in the shop. The shop is like even cooler. I mean, I don't know what's more cooler than having a torii as like an entrance,
Yeah.
but yeah, like it's so cool. But yeah, we're about to go in a sec. Yeah, I had to like readjust to go in there. But yeah, it's the Henya one. It's a shame it doesn't actually say it's Mandarake Henya, but still. So even now, more toys.
walkway,
Still
yeah.
not even in the shop yet. Yeah, I was just kind of like looking at it because I didn't go in this before. Like a lot of the time, this was me going and look at us really looking in it for the first time.
Yeah.
And this one has probably like the best like look to it,
Yeah.
big time.
Inside was weird in a way because everything was displayed like perfectly. It was kind of like a museum kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think this is because it has the most vintage toys.
Right.
I think that's why it has some of the oldest and maybe most expensive ones.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how expensive, but they got this pretty cool statue right here. Yeah, I like that. It's nice. You can actually buy that as well.
Oh, it's
That
for
is
sale.
for sale. Yeah,
Oh.
that is actually for sale. Yeah, and so yeah, I know what you mean because like it does have a museum quality to it, and like these toys are old. Like I'm talking really old. Like some of these are pushing like 50 to 80 years old.
Wow.
Like big time. And yeah, if you listen like carefully, I think we'll kind of like stay quiet just like for a second. you can kind of hear like there's a weird ambient, almost underwater
Yeah, like submarine.
Yeah. Soundtrack playing, I guess. And you got like this. It's like the floor is lit, and like just to like the left of me, you've got like these display cabinets, which are, I'm guessing, in like this bubble-like display, because it's really odd.
Yeah.
I don't know what the theme. And one guy I just passed. He's the only person working there. Like literally, like there's never more than 2 people in the Mandarake shops, which is interesting. They must have like a staff of about 50 that man like 32 shops.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Never seen or heard of any kind of business like that. Granted, this is where the origin of Mandarake started, but still, it's crazy. And I think even of recently they added a few more shops.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think one we'll see is like I found out is actually a new one. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, like if you have real money, you can get some very vintage toys here.
Yeah.
Like big time. Like I don't know if I tell you these are old toys.
Yeah.
Old. Big time old. But yeah. I mean I did buy something. I mean I spent tons. But like, not here, because there wasn't anything I'm particularly after. But yeah.
Definitely worth looking in though.
Even if you just go to this shop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you would bypass all the others. But I mean the great thing about Nakano Broadway is you kind of see all the kinds of other things that people collect and all the kinds of things they're into, even if you're not necessarily into those things.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there's probably someone who's like, this is my shop. I love vintage toys from that time period. And there's another one which kind of focuses more on like kind of like Gundam-like toys.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. I liked how bright this one as well. Like this one had the most like lighting just in that one section. And there you are right there. And like the weird theme of yellow, which weirdly makes it stand out. And it kind of has like a warehouse like kind of vibe to it as well. There's another shop I went to, not a Mandarake shop, but just another one that had like a little bit more like newer
this one
stuff.
was fun.
Yeah, this one was fun. It had like like I said, more designer like toys, like Dragon Ball Z stuff right there, and I don't know, it felt a little bit more, it was a bit more looser, it felt more like a shop.
Yeah.
Like it felt like a shop that we would probably see in England, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except like obviously had like more exclusive stuff, like those are like the soft vinyl toys, the soft vinyl designer toys that they have that people make that are like more independently made, and some other stuff that you probably never see anywhere else. But it's interesting, they've got like everyone always has different music playing, which is interesting. But yeah, it's I think this is like one of the last shops we went to, because I was I'm about to buy 4 things here, which I think I did.
Yeah.
I know I definitely bought something from
Yeah.
here. I know I definitely did. And this is, I think, back on floor 2. Because, like, I don't think it is floor 2. No, see, even I'm confused as to where we are at this point. This is floor 2. Now, we came back to floor 2, and now already things have changed, because a lot of more shops have opened up. And, like, we're literally like, oh my gosh. Like, literally, what am I doing in a weird kind of sense? But yeah, this was, we didn't spend too much time on here. This is the one that just specifies just on CDs, and no DVDs. Because that one, there's toys. This one here, and the other one, this is the newest one that opened up. I think that's Special 7. This one specified in DVDs. This one was cosplay.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So if you want some like high quality like cosplay stuff that's pretty good, go there. And that wasn't a Mandarake shop. But yeah, this is me like kind of walking down. Oh, there it is.
She is.
There she is, the toy I was after, Molly. The price of that thing was about £800 in our equivalent.
Gosh.
At some point in our Japan trip, I had £800. So I would have bought that. If we'd come here first, I probably would have bought it and probably not bought as much. But this one is the most expensive shop.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, that Molly, which is like, they only made like about, I don't know, 1,000 of those, was like £800. Some of them go for way higher.
And I was expecting to see more of them in the actual shop.
It just had one.
It was just that one.
It just had one. I was like, gosh. And these are more of the soft vinyl designer toys. These are a little bit more like higher priced, like things, you're probably looking at most things starting at about 100 to like £80 here. Granted, some other things do, but this is like big money. Big money right here.
Yeah.
But a really nice shop though, really nice layout. It kind of has a little bit more, it has like a more modern kind of designer look actually, which is quite cool. And you can see all the crazy designs for the toys and that. So yeah, you can see like they're much more detailed and such. But yeah, I liked it. And then right across is the CD shop, UFO. It's weirdly called UFO.
I didn't actually clock the name before. Okay.
I don't know what UFO has anything to do with like DVDs, but like strange. I don't know, because like I said, some of them are weirdly named. Like most of them are like special or book 1 or book 2, and this one's just UFO. Like the cosplay one, I don't even think it's called cosplay. I think it's called like, I think it's just numbered.
Okay.
So yeah, it's odd. But yeah, I was looking around this one. This one's like another quiet shop. Like unfortunately, I can't really be bothered to deal with the whole like region DVDs things. Otherwise, I would have bought a ton. Yeah. I know that Serial Experiments lane right there. I think. So I was kind of noticing a few things, and it's a shame that we still don't have a lot more like Japanese like films and animation in our country. So I get really upset when I do see these things on DVD as like old, like oh this came out when the series, because they do like literally when they air in Japan, like they release like the first half of the series and the other part later, and it's already out. And it's just a bit of a shame we don't kind of have that kind of structure, but oh well, it's still a niche market obviously, so I get that. Yeah, really nice shop. This is one of the last shops we looked in, I think.
Yeah.
It's much calmer. Yeah, special.
Was that
7.
one a newer one then as well?
I don't think it was. The Special 7, the one that had like designer toys, definitely was. Yeah, so we're leaving Nakano now. It's funny because we had plans to actually go elsewhere. I think we're gonna go to Akihabara.
Okay.
And we just didn't. It's because it was like doing
the
this
time just like
it flew.
Yeah.
Like I was like, we're gonna spend just like 3 hours here, but it was like no, we don't have time for Akihabara.
And I don't even think we looked in like everywhere.
No, we did not. Like that's the Mandarake shop right there to the right of me.
Okay.
Sorry, left of me. Excuse me. And we didn't even look in that one.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Yeah, this is us basically leaving. So the next day, day 16, technically the last active day. 16th of February, we are back in Harajuku. Because we were kind of doing like almost like a greatest hits. Because we needed to get something. It's like I wanted to get some toys or some things for people. And right there you can see the Ginza Plaza. Which was like a nice building. Yeah, it had the really nice reflectives. I actually went in there on my other video. And this is, we actually did like a little walk to Shibuya. Because I was actually going back to Kiddie Land, but it wasn't open yet. So, and I think you needed something in Tokyo Hands, so I was like, there's a Tokyo Hands in Shibuya, so I was like, let's just walk down to Shibuya, and by the time we get back, the other shop will be open. So this is me, or us taking the little bridge, little crossing section.
It was a nice walk, yeah.
It was a nice walk. I always recommend people make the walk from Shibuya to Harajuku and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because it is a nice walk. There's got that nice building right there, which I still don't know what it is. I'll probably put that information somewhere. And yeah, just kind of look down on the traffic, because it's like it's a very wide road.
Yeah.
As you can see. So it does take a while to cross. You can hear the train in the background. And these guys are just like kind of trimming the trees. I've had so many of them doing it. It's just kind of interesting. It's like a whole scale operation. In this country, you would see it's just 2 guys.
Right.
But they're just like, well, let's get this done. Let's get this done. There's that building again.
Cool.
It's got a nice like curvature structure to it, which is lovely. And this is like the main walk I'm talking about. If you walk basically down this pathway, you'll end up in Shibuya eventually. And this was a nice way to kind of like cool down our like holiday for the most, because we were all like kind of getting to the end a little bit. So it was really nice and it was a nice day as well.
Yeah.
The weather got better as it went on.
Yeah.
Which was really enjoyable. Got a nice like crossing section here. I think they were doing construction there, so that's why he's kind of like directing some of the traffic. And like their buses are small as well, which I've just kind of noticed. Yeah, this is like a really nice area just to look at.
Yeah.
I think I remember, if I remember correctly, I just cut it there because I remember literally saying to you, we need to cross the road.
Yeah.
Because it's like the lights are going to take a while. But yeah, so this is us kind of actually in Shibuya, like the entrance of Shibuya. I was just literally walking down, like freehand, just filming it. I think there's a fire station to our right. And as you can see, I'm kind of just going nuts with the lighting. A little bit. Because it was like constantly getting dark and like bright. It's one thing I can't stand. But yeah, it was just like a nice peaceful journey.
It wasn't a long walk at all.
No, it wasn't at all. It was like maybe about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And you can see it's like, this is at about like 9 or so?
Yeah.
In the morning, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
So some good stuff. I mean, it was very peaceful. And I wanted to make sure that we ended it like on a peaceful note.
Yeah.
And there's like little Shiba Inu like kind of characters on the bus service. Which is kind of cool. He's like, if you look, there was a boss that just passed by, you can kind of see him on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, it's like a Shiba Inu with a bow tie. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's just like the little crossing area we got to. Like there's a bridge there and there's a whole nother section of Shibuya that most people don't kind of go down.
Yeah.
For the most part, so yeah. Yeah, we're kind of just strolling down. I wanted to keep it, like I said, nice and relaxed. And I'm kind of just trying to distract people from the from the clicking of my camera for the most part. Which is cool. But yeah. It was a nice journey. And yeah, obviously I've taken the volume down, but yeah, it actually kind of was this quiet.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that dog. There's a lot of it reminded me there's a lot of like more shops dedicated to dogs and like fashion in Japan as well, which I'm kind of surprised hasn't like come over here a little bit more often, which is a bit of a shame.
I was surprised to see people having their dogs in prams.
Yeah,
like,
they do
that's the
that.
norm,
Yeah,
like.
kind of. Yeah, some people kind of like literally do that, which is kind of interesting for the most part. Oh yeah, and you got
Yeah,
this
this
guy.
one
He was
guy.
like, yeah, he's like literally like washing the windows. It's just the one guy. It's just like I'd be worried. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
I'd need someone else there. But he's just hanging there, somehow suspended. And
carefree, just like boom.
yeah, the way he's doing it, like, not to like slant his job or anything like that, but he is doing it very relaxed.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he knows what he's doing, all that, and that's great for the most part. It is interesting to see that kind of stuff. And even then, like, this is another shot I did because I thought it was so cool. Because like, we were in the what'd you call it? The Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I love how like we were kind of like looking at this as if it's like something like really crazy.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, yeah, whatever.
It happens.
Yeah, literally, like it happens basically. And yeah, it's kind of, this is like a nice kind of calm bit.
Yeah.
Just looking
Even
out.
the music in the background, just like
Oh yeah,
chilled.
it was nice. It was quite a darkly lit shop as well. So you kind of like almost like it's a noir film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, get your coffee, get your cigarette, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I was kind of just holding on this shot because it looked nice. Honestly, then it was kind of like summing up the relaxed like feel of like today and what a holiday really
The
should
right
be.
vibe. Yeah.
It was a nice shot. We spent a while in this like Starbucks,
Yeah.
but for good reason, obviously. It was pretty good for the most part, but yeah. And then once again, we have. This is still in the Starbucks, but I was like, I just kind of wanted to get this nice little shot where it's like a little bit more like darkly lit, and yeah, once again, kind of going back to the whole like noir like feel of it for the most part. But yeah, really, really nice.
Well, it was like a security thing. It won't use outside Wi-Fi. It won't use outside Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, we should probably say why are we even in. Well, actually, we'll say it in a sec. So yeah, as we're coming back to Harajuku, guys in go-karts, obviously dressed as characters from the Mario series, just scooting down.
Not something you see every day.
No, not something you see every day. And once again, one of those weird things we just were lucky enough to see. And there's another shop we went to, like a fashion shop.
Was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it had like a vintage like feel to it. And I think a lot of like fashion, especially when it comes to the whole like Harajuku, as you said, the Harajuku like fashion style is kind of very old school, like hand me down, that kind of stuff. And this kind of shop was one of the more Americanized, like kind of like vibes of it, which is pretty cool. So we had like a quick look in here, as we were it was kind of like a shopping day in some sense. Yeah, just coming up those stairs in that blinding light, only due to like filming and that. But yeah, it was really cool. We had like a quick look in this one because it's on like the main street. And right there, I think we have the name of it. There you go. So that was like literally outside Shibuya Station. My dude was just breaking it down
Going in.
with this interesting combination of like black and white pattern stripes with like horse mask on and just drumming. I think interesting enough, I don't know what the mask was made of, but I didn't film it. There was points where he was actually using like tapping on like the mask to actually make noise as well. So that was kind of interesting. So yeah, so we're back to Odaiba.
Hey.
The weather has gone to crap basically. It's now grey, unfortunately. But there was one thing we kind of forgot to do, basically. So there's this weird circus tent thing.
Circus,
I don't know what this is. It's probably gone by now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the Gundam statue right there. So you kind of just for reference sake. And so you had to kind of like make a little bit of a walk. So I'm using this as kind of reference. So this is like I forget which line this is. This is a train line which leads to where we are essentially heading. And we have to do a little bit of a walk to get to this location. Some people know where we are, probably know what we're going to do, but I kind of still want to leave it as a bit of surprise. But once again, we're seeing like some grand statues and weird... It's kind of weird to kind of see an island kind of shaped and structured like this.
Yeah. And I think the walk, it was a little while, but I think it just built up to what we were going to see. So I think it added to the experience.
A little bit, yeah. I can agree to that.
I mean, at this point, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but yeah, it was great.
It kind of lived up. So that's so the screen is like kind of broken right there because it's not supposed to look like that. And I was kind of just filming as a kind of like look at that, but it looked odd. It still looked cool. But it was great. So we finally basically made it to our main destination, well, kind of how like we end the day, and that is the Ooedo-Onsen-Monogatari, which basically means hot bath story village type place, which you're kind of going to see in a sec.
Really, really cool.
It is a really cool place. It has like a nice structure, and it kind of is like, it's like half like relaxation, half like theme park.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's a weird
great
mixture.
way to describe it.
It's a weird mixture, and like the intent is you can stay there all day because within Japanese culture, like bathing, especially hot bathing in like natural springs, is something they do definitely here, and this is definitely like a good introduction to it and an interesting experience for the most part. That's the building, the front of it, which kind of has a nice structure there. It's us kind of getting into it and kind of like having a look around it, and it's it kind of does have a nice like old school feel to it, and it had like the characters there, which I can't remember what they're called, but they're from like a current remake of an animated series. I guess they were having some kind of promotional thing going on there, so like lots of like statue stuff there. So the first thing you had to do was like take your shoes off and like put them in the lockers. So I had lockers just for shoes, which is interesting because they're really small. So that was one key.
Yeah, that was one key.
That was one key. I was kind of looking at like this structure of lockers. I thought it was kind of interesting because they were like kind of wooden, but they kind of had that hole there, so you can, if you wanted to, you could look in there. Had this weird like statue right here, which is kind of cool, and then they had like these characters. I can't remember what the series is called, but the premise is they're like twins, and they get into like wacky shenanigans. They were having some kind of promotion with them. I don't know what it is, because I remember when we were lining up here, there was 2 girls who were colored like them, and they had backpacks with the characters there. So it's kind of interesting. So we're actually inside the actual Monogatari kind of like hot spring space, and it's kind of like a whole old school village place.
So we changed off at this point. Yeah, I was not expecting this.
I knew what to expect, but even seeing it with my own eyes, it was quite crazy. Because the thing is, so you take your shoes off, you get another key for your locker, so that's 2. And so you pick your kimono, you dress into your kimono, whether you know how to put one on or not, doesn't really matter. And you basically, everyone's wearing a kimono, walking around this place. They have like activities for you to do, food to eat. You can look around. This whole place looks amazing. I haven't really lightened it or anything like that, but it was just kind of like dimly lit because it's like really bright.
The atmosphere was just, everyone was buzzing.
Everyone was buzzing, but relaxed.
Yeah.
And it was a nice feeling, I have to say. And this is us just kind of looking around. My only kind of regret with this trip is I wish I kind of spent more time. I actually got some food here and sat down a little bit more.
Right.
But for what we did, we were there for a while anyway.
Yeah.
Because one thing that you aren't going to see in this video is that we actually did go into an onsen, like actual hot bath. But obviously no film because everyone's naked, of course. So I'm not about to get banned for life, guys. Just
coming in with the camera.
Yeah. Excuse me. No, but yeah.
That experience was cool.
That was nice. We're definitely going to have to talk about that over some of this footage because you're not going to see it, obviously. So this is like kind of one of the games. I can't remember what it's called, but I know the whole point of the game is you have like this like one type thing with paper, and you have to scoop up as many of those toys before the paper rips. That's what that is. And this family, I'm presuming, is doing a game. I filmed them for quite a while because they were going in. They were like quite expensive. There was lots of yays and right there.
Triumphs.
Triumphs, tribulations, betrayals. You know, I don't know if the family's still speaking. Right. This is another.
I'm not sure about that, but
yeah, this is another like food like area, which is really nice. It was pretty cool. And so I was kind of just looking around. I kind of basically looped the whole area for the most part because I was like, my intention was film everything, then we relax. Because I didn't want to get that. So this is like the other half of the section we came in from, and right here you can like kind of like see the way everything's like lit, like a very old school theme, and like you got the lanterns right there. Has a really nice vibe to it, which is what I really liked about it. And like they have like an arcade area here. Which was cool.
One guy going in on the drums.
Yeah, this is the guy. I forget what this game is called. We don't have it in as an arcade game. I think we have it ported to some consoles, but it's like a rhythm game. Yeah. And I think that's the guy who's about to go into it. So it's basically, I forget what it's called. I'll have to put the information somewhere. But like, basically you bang the drums with the sticks to the rhythm, basically. So yeah, my dude's getting ready.
Yeah.
He's in.
Prepping.
He really is prepping. See, I was impressed by his skills. I had to watch. I think you were watching somewhere. I don't know where. You might have been behind me.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of looking at like it's a tiny little section just of arcade gaming. It doesn't. I understand why they put it to one side because it doesn't really match the whole theme.
Yeah.
But the whole intention, like I said, it's a theme park. Is you kind of stay around there all day. Like another like weird. It's like a coin pushing game right there. It looked like there's people chilling there. You can basically do whatever when you're there.
Exactly. I think it was great for like children as well.
Yeah,
so
kids love
the
it.
Arcade, you had little mini games in different sections.
Yeah.
And then for adults, like there was just loads of different things, like massages.
Yeah.
Obviously the water baths, the
onsen as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you want to play this game, you can be like a boss. It's going in. I forget what the name it is, but I know this is like a Hatsune Miku song, which is a little character with the blue hair that's kind of dancing on the screen. She's quite popular, not just in Japan, kind of all over the world. But yeah, he was going in. He knows what he's doing. It's probably one of his favorite songs. Gotta put that put that passion in.
be terrible at this.
You think?
Yeah, it would take a while for me to be good.
To be that good?
Probably a lot longer than the average.
Possibly, yeah. This is heading to the foot bath areas. They had like a nice. That's me getting denied. It's like I was like, oh yeah, because like they have like buttons that you push to open the door, like sliding doors, and I kind of forgot about that. But yeah, like they had like this whole foot bath area, which is like an outside area where they actually have like part of the hot spring, where you basically like can just walk in the water and like put your feet in there. Basically, it was quite cold.
It was actually.
And keep in mind, we were wearing nothing but the kimono. I was wearing like, underwear, of course, but like, yeah, I didn't want to wear a vest and have it show through.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like it's like a nice like kind of, like a like pathway.
Yeah.
People were just chilling, and it was just like the quietest place, big time. It's really nice.
Peaceful, right?
Very peaceful,
Such
big time.
a difference from like the arcades to this.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast.
Yeah.
But everyone's just chilling here. It's kind of funny because quite a few people on their phone.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be like, hey, you put your phone down. No, I'm not gonna be like that. But it's nice. It's nice to like bring someone here as well, or just relax or just chill. But yeah, the people there getting that selfie game on right there. Yeah, it was like really peaceful. Like ignoring the cold, like you got like this weird like the water was like really warm, but like it was quite windy.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think we stayed up there that long because it was like, oh, it's kind of cold, and I was still like, I want to go to the onsen, basically, which was pretty cool. We'll talk about the onsen in a bit, because once we get past some of this, because it was quite the experience for the most part. Oh my gosh, but yeah, this is a really like I think you were the first like in the water, so if you kind of like like what was your like initial like reaction when it came to like just seeing this and kind of like experiencing like this kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to dive right in, but I was a bit hesitant because I was like, okay, how hot is the water? But no, it was fine. I think it could have been hotter actually.
Yeah.
I think for the temperature outside, it could have been a bit hotter. But no, it was amazing.
Oh, if it was summertime, oof,
yeah, right.
I'd be there all day.
So obviously this was before the water baths, the onsen. So
Yeah.
obviously it was male and female in this section.
Yeah, because they are actually separated. There are
yeah.
places where they are mixed, but they're very rare.
Okay.
Because I think the main kind of like rule with like the onsens is like no tattoos in there. So if you do have tattoos, we'd have to find one that allows. Yeah, you have to find one that allows that. But yeah, so we kind of like we actually walked part of where we were sitting. We walked all the way around, and like they actually like stones in the water you can walk on.
Yeah.
Which some of them are more painful than others. These ones that the girls are walking on, they are like just straight up stones. You cannot walk on them. Simply put. Like, I don't even know whether those girls attempted it, but like, you cannot walk on them. Like, I don't care how tough you think you are, it is literally, like, obviously people have said how painful it is to step on Lego bricks with bare feet. There's nothing.
Compared to
Like, I didn't even attempt that, that's why I filmed it. You know what I mean?
Films their pain.
Oh gosh, don't phrase it like that. But yeah, this is like one kind of like last look around before we kind of like headed out, because this is like literally before we went to the hot bath, so I was kind of like getting another quick look because it got a little bit busier. Yeah, I'd say. Well, you kind of see how busy it got because we got here I think at a really good time. Yeah. So there's a little bridge there, a little area you can sit down. There's like a little dog there, which is kind of cool. And yeah, it was. I just love how detailed and how packed this place is. I think if I ever go back to Japan, which I hope to, I think I'm definitely going to bring my camera, but I think I'm just going to not take as much like filming and that or film pictures. I'm probably just going to like chill a little bit more, I think. Because it definitely, and there's like a little silhouette of a mountain right there. So this is us actually getting out. Yeah. And there's a nice contrast. So if you remember before when I did a little pan round and showed you where you line up and like where the little display was, this is it now, which is even busier. So please come here early. Yeah. Because, mind you, this is people kind of coming from work and that. And there's some people leaving. It was nice. Obviously, within the time span of this video, it doesn't look like we stayed there long. We stayed there for about 5 hours, I think. Yeah. Big time. Big time.
Well worth it.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, obviously we're heading back now on the train, and I mean, just generally speaking, actually going into the onsen, obviously it is a bit like you get in there and it's kind of just like you kind of just have to do it. You kind of just
It's
get
like,
rid of your
oh,
clothes, just
okay.
go. You need to shower first, just get in. I think for anyone who hasn't done it, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one is gonna be like saying anything or looking. No, everyone's there just to relax.
Yeah.
And it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like,
It
we were
really
chilling.
was.
We were chilling hardcore when it came to that.
And it's a good way to like de-stress. Like if you are, like just don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Because that's the one thing people are gonna like be
Yeah.
worried about. Like, oh, Nick, I don't want anyone to see me. No one cares.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean that in a nice way. This is us actually getting back, and this is the Narita area at night, and it had like this nice shop here, which was really nicely neon lit, and I kind of just wanted to film that shop because it looked really nice.
Yeah.
Nice bit of lighting right there. I kind of thought, oh, well, we're going home the next day, so
Yeah,
might as well get the last few things, like, I guess, out of the way for the most part. But yeah, really nice because you can kind of see people getting back from work, maybe a little bit drunk. We did see some drunk
we
people,
did.
yeah. Kind of carrying a few.
Yeah.
And then this is literally on a little bridge area, so our hotel's right there, and this is us kind of like overlooking that place. Yeah, so that's like the nightlife kind of look. It was a nice little spot for the most part.
Yeah.
And so we're at the final day.
Wow.
Yeah, already.
That was quick, right?
It was quick. Granted, this video wasn't quick, but this is the final day, and this is us kind of, we had to get up early. Yes, that is AM. We were getting that, yeah, I think it was the 5:26.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
We were up early to head back because we had to go all the way, all the way to the airport, which was, it wasn't that harsh, as you can see. That's why I kind of left it in there, the Haneda airport thing, because it was like kind of like a one-way train ish.
Yeah. By this time we had the train like system on lock.
Yeah,
Like,
we knew what we were doing. We knew what we were doing big time. We were masters at it. You know, Keisei line, friend for life. You know what I mean? And then there's a train coming in. It's nice. It's nice to see it kind of go empty and more packed, and then like see right now it's even more like day lit. Also kind of funny if you look where the guy with the newspaper is. That I'm pretty sure that girl is doing homework.
Oh yeah, I remember.
She just like drew for the. I'm pretty sure she's doing homework. Like, granted, this was a Saturday, so
Saturday school.
Maybe she just wanted to do homework. I don't know. Props for her getting that education. Right. You know, I'll give her that. This is the last interesting thing we got was, I'm pretty sure these guys, this guy right here on the left is like possibly a sumo wrestler in training. And there was like four other guys, all with the ponytail, all big guys. I mean, granted, in March it is sumo season, so I think they are sumos in training. I don't know, but yeah, really interesting to see of all the chances.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
On our last day, like
Last day. I mean, granted, it wasn't anything like, oh, it's just some sumos, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is us finally back at the airport, just getting off. Really, really bright.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it wasn't that early in the morning. But yeah, this is everyone else kind of coming in to the station and that. Ooh. There we go. So yeah, and this is us like actually in there. And this is the airport was actually kind of interesting as well because it was quite nice looking because obviously most of them are quite big and open and expansive. This one has like this weird curvature structure, almost like it's a tent.
Yeah.
As you can see there, I kind of took the brightness down. And so as you were lining up, because it was quite a bit of a long line, I was just like, I'm going to go film. This place is kind of cool. And they've got like a little like nice kind of old school kind of structure right there. I'm not even sure what that is. I know there was a bridge there, but even still, it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, there it is, like close. I'm guessing it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
That's my guess. So this is where we were lining up everyone who's heading back to England or good old London. And these guys...
To our friends.
Yeah, so here's the weird thing. When we got on the plane, these guys were lining up and they got on the same flight back.
Yeah.
Of all the chances. I'm pretty sure if anyone knows who they are, like, let us know what they were in Japan for, because that was an interesting coincidence. But yeah, that's our kind of like flight, as you can see, in the London. And this is kind of where you do like the bag check, which I remember like scrambling around because I had so much stuff in my bag and I had like an apple juice in there and I was like, oh quick, finish the apple juice, I'm not wasting this. But yeah, that was like the check. Yeah, so getting ready, and this is the final shot
This is the final
of the
one.
film. It's the final shot. This is us on the plane, heading back. Experiences summed up for you.
Absolutely amazing. Like, such a different world.
Mm.
Definitely recommend going. I want to go again.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah, soon. I don't know. It was fun, different, just unique.
Mm.
I don't think there's going to be anywhere else in the world that's like Japan.
Yeah, Japan is definitely very interesting in its own beast for the most
Yeah.
part. It's pretty crazy in a
Yeah.
good way, obviously. I mean, this is my second trip, and it was still like such a blast. I
Yeah.
was glad I was with you, and kind of like I
Yeah.
experienced new things, and you experienced some of the things I've already seen as well.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
like really nice to like see and experience, and like hopefully everyone who's like watched this has like enjoyed this. I know it's been like
Yeah.
a long thing to sit through and watch, but hopefully it's been interesting, and hopefully you've enjoyed like sharing like our kind of like experience. Heading to Japan, and I guess if you have any questions and that, if you can find me, contact me, we'll answer them, because if you want to go to Japan, definitely go. And as someone who is quite familiar with it and doesn't speak that much Japanese, it's definitely doable. So I'd say do it. So
Definitely.
I left this shot in as the last shot because you can actually see like the buildings and that, and this woman is already like so relaxed and ready as the plane takes off. We're actually in airborne, and this video comes to an end. I'll end this by saying thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you in the next like video.